Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Pluto's Muse here, back with another timeless pick a card reading. And this one is inspired by Sagittarius season, as well as the week of Thanksgiving. If you are in America, happy Thanksgiving. If you are outside of America, please know that I'm grateful for you. If you are a Sagittarius, happy birthday. This is going to be a timeless reading where we are looking into some lovely things or one major thing that is really amazing about you that you may not realize about yourself. You have 8 options to choose from on the screen today. If you feel drawn to more than one option, please choose more than one option. And if you enjoy the reading, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, pile 1. You're the pile that chose image 1. Before we actually get into your message, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant in this pile. I'm seeing 13, 42, 36, and that's it. Those are the most relevant numbers in this pile. Somebody could be a Scorpio, an Aries, a Taurus, a Cancer, a Gemini, a Virgo, a Libra. I'm also seeing Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Scorpio and Aries in particular, Pisces and Cancer as well. All right, I'm seeing Gemini here as well too. So if you don't have any signs in this pile, that's okay. May still be your message, but I'm going to tell you the lovely things about you or something lovely about you that you don't see about yourself. Pile 1, I feel like there's a multitude of things that is or that are lovely about you. But it looks like the focal point in this pile has a lot to do with your connection to spirit, God, source, spirit, creator, creation. I'm getting some of you have a really deep bond with the universe. And for a lot of you in this pile, I think that this is something that you already know or maybe that you already exercise. But what you don't realize is this is something that you were born with. Okay? Some of you may feel like, oh, I've done a lot of work on myself to become more tapped in or to connect more to God, or I'm doing my best to connect more with Source now. And I do feel like that's something lovely about you. I feel like the fact that you have been devoted to getting closer to a higher power or to doing the work, you do your shadow work, you recognize your light and dark sides, and you also empathize with others. I'm getting like this is something that is very lovely about you. Maybe something that you don't even realize is that lovely. The fact that you've done all of this work on yourself to align with your purpose, to align with the higher power, to become your higher self. But I feel like the reason why this is something that you don't notice is because it seems like it's been here forever. It seems like it's been here forever. Some of you, and you've been very connected to the divine or devoted to the divine in more than one lifetime. Okay, and it's funny because I actually just saw a reading. I think I was watching a reading of what is her name? Anita Sirene. Stargirl, the Practical Witch, Anita Serene. I was watching an old pick a card of hers, and she was channeling a bunch of different things, but one of the things she said in her reading in the pile that I chose, she was like, some of you, your spirit team want you to know that you have been the same person, the same way you've been. Like if you've ever questioned, like, how was I in a past life? What was my personality like in a past life? Like, what was my style like? What was my mindset like? She was saying that the person that I had been in this lifetime is exactly how I had been in every other lifetime. She was like, regardless of gender, race, anything like that. She was like, who you are as a person right now is who you have always been. And not only that, she was like, the things that you're interested in are the things that you've always been interested in. And I'm getting that energy in this pile. I feel like some of you, exactly how you are right now is how you've always been. You might be a very old soul, pile 1. You might be a very old soul. Your soul has reincarnated more than once. And I feel like in this incarnation, you may even be going deeper into your spirituality than you have in the past. Some of you are definitely either learning about more than one belief system, deity, like structure when it comes to religion and things like that, spirituality, or you are being told to learn more about them because this is a part of your purpose. For some of you, something that's lovely about you that you don't know is, or you don't notice about yourself, is that you read, or that you're willing to read. Some people don't care about reading. Some people don't care about books. But you do. And the fact that you are willing to read, and you may even look beautiful while reading, pile one. But I'm getting the fact that you're willing to read and study and really like go in depth when it comes to certain beliefs or certain things that you're curious about. This is beautiful. Lovely. Amazing. Yeah. You might be the type of person that reads into everything. And sometimes, sometimes we can go overboard with that, even me. But I'm getting an energy here where it's like, it's not always overboard for you. Because if this is an energy where you've reincarnated more than once, maybe certain things had a different meaning in another lifetime. Maybe certain things have a deeper meaning to you because of the things that you've experienced in past lives. Like on some sort of soul level, you may recognize that something is significant, whether it's animals, words, images, foods and things. Like I'm getting some of you are connecting to things that are deeply connected to you. I wanted to pull for every pile, what's the loveliest thing about you? Just in case the message was like very general. And it looks like the loveliest thing about you, besides the fact that you might attract a lot of people, all right, some of you guys have a really good way of magnetizing people towards you, not just romantic, it can be romantic, but I'm getting the fact that you're able to get a lot of people to be drawn to you is one thing that is very lovely about you. Some people don't have that type of appeal, but I feel like you do. For others of you, though, I am getting that there's something here about your way of finding solutions when it comes to conflict. Your conflict resolution energy is significant in this pile. Some of you are really good at finding ways to make others get along, or maybe you're just someone that strives for the peace. Even if you're not someone that is able to make people get along, you're someone that strives for others to get along, or for peace to be had, or to make amends and things like that. And I feel like this is something that is lovely about you that you don't realize is lovely. Maybe at some point in time you viewed that as a burden, or you felt like this was something that others didn't appreciate, or that couldn't be appreciated. You're like, people don't appreciate me wanting to make amends or wanting to, smooth things over. I don't feel like it's avoiding conflict either. I'm getting like, you're willing to forgive. Yes. Your willingness to forgive, your willingness to make amends is something very lovely about you. It's in alignment with your purpose. But I also wanted to look into why you didn't realize this about yourself. And for a lot of you, I feel like you don't realize this about yourself because it seems like conflict is something that may have stemmed from your childhood, and or your like a previous relationship or something like that. There's something here about like you having conflict within long-standing relationships. And I don't know whether those relationships didn't work out, or again, if the trauma is still repeating in those connections. But there's this energy here of you kind of being like, some of you have experienced conflict in your fundamental years. And in the past, when you might have tried to make amends, or when you wanted to create more peace in these dynamics, maybe at the time you didn't really always succeed in doing that, which could have left you feeling sad or, depressed and things. Trying to please other people may have left you feeling displeased. Some of you could have sacrificed yourself in the process of trying to keep the peace. But I feel like your spirit team want you to know that that wasn't done in vain. Even if the dynamics in your family weren't fixed, whether it be your parents or your siblings or anything like that, even if there was conflict in those dynamics and you weren't able to fix it then, I feel like in the real world, this tendency to want to like make sure that everybody is good, be balanced and fair in your connections, look out for other people, let other people know that you see them, Let other people know that you empathize with them. You having this type of energy is actually beautiful. This is beautiful. That isn't people pleasing. Okay? As long as you're not sacrificing your peace in the process, I'm not getting that that's people pleasing. For some of you, even if you are feeling like in the process you are a little bit overwhelmed, or you're like, oh my gosh, it will cause more conflict if I include myself, but I feel like I'm the only one that can help it. Some of you, you actually aren't making the wrong decision. I'm getting some of you are like natural mediators. So when you do include yourself, not in all scenarios are you causing a problem or bending your will to make other people happy. Sometimes you are just what a situation needs to fix. Okay, to fix itself. Your voice, your opinion, your love, your perspective helps a lot of people when it comes to connecting with others. Okay? So that is all that I have, Pile 1. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, Pile 2. You're the pile that chose image 2. Before we actually get into this message, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant in this pile. I'm seeing 36, 38, and 15. Those are the most relevant numbers. Somebody in here could be a Virgo or a Libra, a Scorpio or a Sagittarius, a Cancer or a Gemini. I'm also seeing Gemini, Virgo, Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Leo as the most significant signs in this pile. If I didn't name your sign, that's okay. Could still be your message. But those are the most significant placements in this pile. Now, pile 2. Pile 2, something that is lovely about you that you don't see about yourself. For one, I feel like some of you are very balanced when it comes to your masculine and feminine energy. All right. There's something here about how you choose to maneuver in the world and when you switch gears and things. Even me using those terms makes me feel like some of you could drive. Maybe some of you drive really well. It could be lovely how you drive. But I'm getting something here about like how you're able to be receptive one day and then very action oriented and leading the next. There's something here about how you switch between those roles and those energies that is significant when it comes to how you show up in the world and what is lovely about you that you don't see about yourself. Some of you are so used to it that you don't see it. You know? It's like some things are just obvious to us, or some things are just normal to us, but it actually is something that other people admire, or it's something that your spirit team are letting you know is worth admiring. Somebody in here has a great side profile. The side of your face is very beautiful. Okay? People may look at you when you're facing side to the side, or like something about your side profile is significant. When they're watching you from the side, they think you look really beautiful. Could be your jawline, could be your cheeks, your cheekbones, could be your hair. I don't know. Somebody has a beautiful nose. Some of you have very ethnic features in this pile as well. So regardless of where you come from, I'm getting like your features are very significant to that culture. Could be your hair. Somebody has like really pretty blonde hair, red hair. Somebody could have locks. Someone has a nice nose, big nose. Even shapely, like something about the shape of your nose is significant. Somebody could have nice lips, small, big, doesn't matter. Okay. Somebody in this pile is attractive because your features are standing out to me. Something lovely about you that you don't realize about yourself is how attractive you are. Maybe some of you don't feel attractive. Maybe you don't feel like other people notice how attractive you are, or maybe that's just something that you don't focus on, but I'm getting that this is something that is significant in this pile. What else? Something else that's lovely about you that you don't see about yourself is your humor. You could be very naturally funny. You could be very good at seeing the humor in negative situations. Some of you also don't have any issues when it comes to moving away from situations that don't align with how you choose to love. Okay, or just with love in general. I'm getting the energy of someone shifting away from old connections, maybe even evil eye. Some of y'all could have been getting evil eyed at some point, or maybe you're currently getting evil eyed and you're moving away from people that are evil eyeing you. I feel like that's something that's lovely about you, because it feels like you're moving away from your heart space. Not from your heart space, but you're moving away with the intention of following your heart. You're not moving away out of ego. You're not moving away because you're scared. It's like you're moving away because you want to love yourself, or you want to find other people that love you. There's no malice here. Somebody in this pile, if you are a feminine, it's very lovely that if some of you look really nice on your period. I know this is random, y'all, but I'm picking up on this. Somebody in here looks really nice on their period. I don't know what phase it is that, like, the skin looks really good and everything looks really good. I think it's like your luteal phase or something like that. But somebody in here, you look really good on your period. That's something lovely about you that you don't realize is lovely. I even get that some of you, something lovely about you is that you get a period. If you are someone that gets a period, you may feel like, oh, I hate having a period, or I hate when my period comes. But I'm getting like, the fact that you have one is beautiful. Your womb is significant in this pile. Some of you, your womb health is good, or your womb of creation. If you're a masculine, this is about creation. Something about your ability to create is beautiful. You could be a creative. You could be an artist of some sort. If that is a thing for you, I'm getting that is lovely. Maybe you already know that that is lovely, but I'm getting some of you, the reason why you being a creative is lovely is because of what you choose to create, or how you choose to create. I don't think you realize how free your creation is in this pile. Some of you are very authentic. I'm picking up on this. Some of you are very authentic. Whether you choose to express yourself with style, or you choose to express yourself with your belief systems, or you're expressing yourself with your hair or your makeup or anything like that. I'm getting something here about you being very free, free-flowing, authentic. Or when you're in a state of being free-flowing and authentic, that is lovely. If you're not normally in that state, like if you're overthinking things, I'm getting when you don't overthink and you just do, that is really beautiful. That is really lovely. When you're being authentic, it's really lovely. Some of you must have experienced a period of time where you were conforming to other people, or where you weren't showing up as authentically as you needed to. And it's not that you've always been this way, but I'm getting like some of y'all could have got sidetracked or like distracted at some point, and you were led down a path, like a side quest in a video game. You were led down a path where maybe you had to take a second to reevaluate what it is that you wanted to invest in, or who you actually are, or what is important to you. And I'm getting this vibe where like you finally got back on track. Like some of you are back on track right now, or some of you have always been back on track. Maybe this was a while ago that I'm talking about, but I'm getting some sort of energy here of you like taking a second to reevaluate why certain things are important to you. Why do you love to do what you do? What's your motivation? Why are you passionate about these things? You took some time to figure it out. And then you took action on it, or you plan on taking action on it. And this is really beautiful. Yeah, because I tried to look into, I told pile 1 this, but I'm going to look into every pile, like one thing out of the general messages, one thing that is really lovely about you, that you don't know about yourself, but like something major that you probably don't see. And to me, it looks like the thing that's major is that some of you are very intentional about what you manifest. You think long and hard about these things. Even though I said you're lovely when you free flow, I'm getting the fact that you think long and hard, though, is still beautiful. Because the universe knows that it's important to you. Okay? There's something here about when things are important to you that's lovely. The amount of energy and effort you're willing to put into something that is important to you is lovely. Yeah. And for my masculines that don't have a womb, of course, I think another message that I'm getting off of this womb energy, because I'm looking back at this card really hard, it may be how you treat feminines. Somebody in this pile, something lovely about you is how you treat other feminines, how you empathize with feminines, how you connect with feminine energy is beautiful. But for my feminines, it's just the fact that you have uterus, if you have one. That's beautiful. Maybe the things you've done with it. Maybe some of you guys are parents. Again, maybe some of you have just, regular periods. I don't know. I don't know why this would be lovely. Why is this lovely? I feel like some of you, it's just lovely because you have a healthy body. Somebody in here has a healthy body. So your body is regulated, and that's beautiful. Okay? Others of you, I'm just getting, this is about creation. But some of y'all may end up having a beautiful child. If you already have kids, your kids could be beautiful. But I'm getting like somebody in this pile, if you don't have kids, you may end up having a really beautiful child. And that is something that will be lovely. I think you'll know that the child is lovely, but maybe you don't realize how beautiful the child is or how important the child will be to the world. Okay? Or maybe you currently don't know how important your child is if you have a child. For someone in specific, I almost feel like you can have more than one child. If you are a parent. Others of you, you will have more than one child. Others of you, this could be business. You may have more than one business and you don't realize that these businesses are going to be really important. But I was trying to look into why you don't see this lovely thing as important or why you don't see it. For some of you, it's just a timing thing. This lovely thing about you that I'm calling out, or these lovely things that I'm calling out about you, are things that you'll see over time. For others of you, even though I see you being very positive about certain things, you may struggle with like depression in this pile. For sure. Somebody in pile 2 struggles with like depression or just pessimism even. You may not always see the positive in the future because of the things that you've been through, but I'm getting you will. You'll see soon. Or you'll see when you are willing to see why certain things are positive. Rather it be like endings you experienced. Excuse me. Rather it be endings you experience. All of a sudden, I'm making all these noises at the end. Does someone not want you to know this, pal, too? Rather it be the endings you experience or the people you move away from or something like that. I'm getting in the future, everything will look beautiful. Regardless of how messy it seems right now or how messy it used to seem. Okay? As long as you are leaning toward love and following your heart and trusting your intuition and continuing to be authentic and knowing when to receive and knowing when to give, I'm getting that everything's going to work out. All right. So please I'm also hearing something about seeing things through. Some of you are willing to see things through, and that is lovely about you. Please comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, pile 3. You're the pile that chose image 3. Before we actually get into this pile, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant in this pile. I'm seeing 35, 25, and 23 as the most relevant numbers. Somebody in here could be a Leo or a Virgo. Someone could be a Cancer or a Leo. Someone could be a Taurus or a Gemini. I'm seeing Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, heavy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, heavy. And Gemini, again. Okay, what is some lovely things about you, pile 3, that you don't see about yourself? It's the way you talk to people, Pile 3, that is very lovely. There's something about your way of speaking, the words you use, the things you say, the way you pour into other people. You change people's lives by the things that you say. And some of you don't even realize that it's that significant. It seems so natural to you. I see a lot of you being very complimentary, maybe complimenting people on the street. Could even be your voice as well. Some of you have a really beautiful voice. You could connect with birds. Some of you connect with birds a lot, or you're seeing a lot of birds or something like that. That may be confirmation for you. But I'm getting a message here about your voice and the things that you choose to say with your voice. The way you pour into your family is beautiful. Your actual family could be something that's lovely that you don't realize is lovely. You know how you're around your family for so long or around your family so much that it's like, even if you love them, you do love them, you may not realize how beautiful your family is. I'm getting somebody in here as a beautiful family. Whether it's like your own kids and your partner, or just you and your kids, or like your literal siblings and parents and things like that. Some of you guys have really beautiful family members. For some of you, if you are an intuitive or you have psychic abilities, that is something lovely about you that you don't see about yourself. Okay, maybe some of you don't realize that you're very intuitive or that you're able to see beyond whatever it is that's currently going on, or like beyond the veil even. Like some of you are able to read between the lines, or see beyond your current circumstances, but it's like that is a very lovely thing. I'm hearing math is a really cool thing. I think that's from like School of Rock or something like that. I almost got confused because I'm like, is that the song? Is that a real song? It's not a real song. I mean, it is a song from the movie. Some of y'all could make random songs out of things. Some of you work well with kids. Somebody in this spot works well with kids. Maybe you're in a profession where you are working with kids, or maybe some of you just naturally get along with kids. I think you naturally get along with others' inner children. Okay, so when you talk to people, you may see their inner child, or when you talk to people, you may really connect with their inner child, and this is lovely. This is significant too if you are someone like, some of you may really get along with people or are able to find ways to get along with people that average people don't get along with, right? Like maybe somebody's a negative Nancy to everybody, but they love you, Pile 3. I'm getting an energy here where like that is a result of you being able to connect with people's inner children, because you recognize that it's something deeper going on, or that you may need to look a little deeper. This is actually reminding me of certain things. Like I'm thinking about times where I've worked in the customer service industry, and whether I be like a cashier or anything like that. And, you know, everybody can come into contact with customers who are like really rowdy or crazy, or, you know, quote unquote crazy. Not everybody's crazy just because they're rowdy, but I'm getting like people who are just acting out of character. Some of you have came into contact with people who are like just wilding out for no reason, angry for no reason, moody for no reason. Maybe the reason was deeper than, well, you know, it wasn't for no reason. Maybe it was deeper than no reason, whether it's like a mental health thing, mental illness, could even be a thing where they had a hard day, who knows. And I'm getting some of you are able to see that about people, recognize that about people. Like you see what's going on with their inner children. And you may ask them, like, what's going on? What's happening? Are you okay? You could be a therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist. Some of you may do well in fields of work like that. I'm even getting like specifically with kids. Some of you guys would be great child psychologists, child therapists. If not, I'm getting like, again, talking to people's inner children is significant here. But it's like, it's the way that you talk to these people and help them expand their consciousness within a situation. Some of you are helping people expand their consciousness, their view of things, their limiting beliefs. Like if someone has limiting beliefs about themselves or society or about people, some of you are really changing people's perspective. I think your devotion to what you believe in is also very lovely. The fact that you don't have any guilt behind who you are. Because if you are a psychic or an intuitive, maybe that's not something that's accepted by a lot of people around you. Or maybe it's not something that other people would view as a positive thing. But the fact that you don't care is really lovely. Somebody in this pile has really beautiful hands as well. I'm getting hands and hair. Someone has really beautiful hands and really beautiful hair. I wanted to choose something for each pile. I wanted to look into the thing that is the loveliest about you, or something very lovely about you. And I wanted to see why it is that you don't recognize this thing. For some of you, something that's really lovely about you is the way that you've been able to remove yourself from situations that weren't good for you. There could have been relationships or environments or connections from your past that could have really damaged you. Pile 3, some of you could have really experienced some form of damage from these connections, but instead of staying in them, you may have moved away from them, or you may have chosen to focus on yourself, or it's like you left right in the nick of time. And I don't know if you know that this thing is lovely, but the reason why it's coming up as being a lovely thing for you is because it looks like you choosing to do that has now aligned you with like really positive opportunities. Bottom of the deck, you got 3 aces. You got the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, and the Lovers. So it's like some of you chose to remove yourself from an old toxic environment, something that may not have been serving you, maybe even something that you would have felt guilty about leaving before, but now you don't. Could be family, could be friends, could be a lover, who knows. But I feel like now that you've removed yourself, you are going to receive everything that you want. The reason why you don't see this, though, is because I think it was actually very disappointing to leave. Some of you left something behind or someone behind that could have potentially put you in a third party, or maybe even the thought of leaving this person behind for themselves is something that makes you kind of sad. So there's a part of you that does not realize that that was such a beautiful thing that you did for yourself, maybe even for your future family or for your current family. Like some of you have made decisions that will benefit your bloodline. And I feel like this is beautiful because it came from a very conscious space for you. Some of you are very wise and you chose to use your wisdom to make certain decisions, and this is really lovely. And even if it doesn't feel lovely right now, or even if in the moment you felt bad about it or felt like it was wrong, I'm getting the fact that you did it is still very lovely. All right, that you had the courage to do it. Yes, that you had the courage to see beyond whatever conflict was going on and choose yourself. You moved away. Instead of continuing the chaos and feeding into some sort of chaos or conflict, you chose to move away, and that is really lovely. Pile 3. So that is all that I have, pile 3. I'm also picking up on something here around meditation. Some of you guys, something lovely about you that you do is meditate, or stay present, or focus on what it is that's going on in the moment. Tapping into yourself, your higher self, and getting answers is a beautiful thing. But yeah, that's all that I have in this pile. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, pile 4. You're the pile that chose image 4. Before we actually get into your pile, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant in this pile. I'm seeing 43, 47, and 32. Someone could be a Cancer or a Leo. Someone could be a Scorpio or a Sagittarius. Someone could be a Taurus or a Gemini. I'm also getting Aries, Leo, Sag, Pisces, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn are the most significant signs in this pile. Could be yours, doesn't have to be, but I am getting those signs as most relevant. Major message in this pile, not for everybody, but it is so clear in a couple of these cards, and I don't have many cards out on the table. Somebody in this pile, you are either in the LGBTQ community, okay, or you are a heavy ally. You might not be in it, but you're very supportive of the LGBTQ community. I feel like you're very supportive of people being themselves or being authentic in general. Love. You're a supporter of love. You are someone that believes in love in this pile. And I feel like if you are someone that operates in this energy, that is very lovely about you. pile 4. I'm also picking up on something here. If you're not in the LGBTQ community, of course, like I said, you could be an ally. Like when I say LGBTQ community too, I'm getting like, you could be a masculine that wears makeup, okay? Or you could be a feminine that is with another feminine or something like that. Or a masculine with another masculine. Like I'm getting somebody in here is either very flamboyant when it comes to their sexuality, or you are just someone that is very supportive of people being themselves. And this is lovely because I feel like for a lot of you, what you don't realize is that it's kind of like your voice matters. Your voice matters, pile 4. And regardless of whether you are in the community or not, I'm getting the way that you choose to make people more comfortable with the things that others may deem as negative, or the way you try to include people, or let them know that, like, I don't know, I'm getting somebody in here like you being yourself and people really liking you as a person, you being authentic and things like that really impacts other people. Not only does it impact the people in your community, but it impacts the people that are looking up to you. Okay, there could be boys and girls and people everywhere that are looking up to you currently, because of how you choose to show up in the world. And they may even be feeling more accepted and loved because of how you choose to show up. Some of you, like I said, it could even be a thing where you are like couple goals, or you are career goals. Like there's things that you've been able to accomplish in your life that these people wish they could do too. And maybe they never knew that someone like you would be able to, or someone like them would be able to accomplish certain things. And you have done that. You've been able to have that. You've done that. That's significant. Now, that's not for everybody, though, right? But I am getting an energy in this pile where some of you definitely are dedicated to love, loving yourself, loving your life, loving your body even. Some of you guys really care about your health. Something that's lovely about you, pile 4, is how much you care about your health and eating healthy, okay? Some of you may really care about eating veggies and fruits and things. Maybe you even tell people to eat more veggies and fruits, and that's something that people really view as lovely about you. If you are able to cook, pile 4, that's also very lovely. Some of you actually know how to cook. You could be a chef, or you just have really great cooking skills. And I'm getting that is very beautiful. That is very lovely. Some people may really love the energy you put into food, because I definitely feel like that's a thing. Somebody in here, you have really good energy. And when you're cooking for people that you care about, they can taste that in the food. They can feel that from the food. So there's something here about the energy you put into food that's significant. Could even be as simple as like a cup of tea. Some of you guys are making somebody a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and it's like the energy you put into that. The energy you put into things, into people, is love. Everything that you do is love. Some of you are also very loyal. If you're in a relationship, or when you choose to be in a relationship, or maybe even in your friendships, some of you are very loyal in this pile. And that is really lovely. Like you may be someone that stands out on your own and you do your own thing, but when you're in a connection or when you are dedicated to a friendship, you're very loyal. No one can sway you off your path when it comes to certain people or to certain things. But this thing about like either your actual sexuality or your individuality is so significant in this pile, because I feel like you've been willing to choose yourself above other people's judgment or criticism. Pile 4, I'm even getting the vibe too where it's like, if you, again, aren't actually in the LGBTQ community, some of you are allies, and maybe you've been willing to support people or like leave certain people behind just because they didn't support. And that's really beautiful. You've stood up for people. Like I'm a firm believer in standing up for people, especially when it comes to people you love. So instead of like not saying anything, like let's say you've been around people who were judging your gay friend. You have a friend that's gay and they were judging your friend, or they were saying something smart about gay people in general, or people of a certain culture, or people of a certain gender. Like I don't know. I feel like if you're ever around discrimination, you defend people. Pile 4. But I feel like you don't have to defend them in a combative way. Like, you defend them in a way that may change other people's perspective. That's probably one of the most lovely things about you. Pile 4, some of you have been able to change people's perspectives on topics and things that they may have previously felt sure about. If somebody was like, oh no, I don't think that that's right, or oh no, I don't think that that's good for society, or oh no, I don't feel like that's something that we need to embrace. I'm getting like something about meeting you or talking to you or seeing someone like you has changed people's perspective on things. And the reason why that's beautiful is because, or lovely, is because it almost feels like pile 4, it almost feels like, again, something about the LGBT community is significant in this pile. I don't even know what image I chose for this pile, but something about that is significant in this pile because I'm picking up on an energy where, like, you don't have to be in it, but some of you are such solid allies that you've been around people who were pretending to be homophobic, all right, pretending to not support certain things, or maybe even we're acting from a space of fear, honestly. Like, I'm getting a vibe of like people saying stuff because they're afraid of how you'll view them, and you stood 10 toes down on like whatever it is you believe in. Like, you were like, oh no, I'm not against that, or I love this thing, or I'm supportive of that, or, you know, I'm this way. Like, I'm getting like some of you have been so confident in certain things that you might have actually helped some people move into the relationships that they wanted to be in. Like, if you were around people that were afraid to embrace their sexuality, some of you were like, oh no, I'm that way, or I'm super supportive of that. And then all of a sudden, knowing someone like you was supportive of that thing, or knowing someone like you actually cared about people like this, or whatever it was, something about your perspective on a situation may have changed someone's perspective on themselves or validated them a bit. Yeah. Like, if somebody was like, I don't know if I'm, I don't know if I really like that. And you're like, why? You may have questioned them. You may have asked them why. You may have given them reasons why certain things are okay, or why that perspective is okay, or like you've reassured somebody. And some of you, again, it's not even that you're physically speaking to people. It's about your existence. Your existence reassures certain people when it comes to what it is that they're embarrassed about or afraid of. This could even be a looks thing, a fashion thing, a looks thing, weight, anything like that. I'm getting like something about you loving yourself, or something about you prioritizing your health, or something about you being in a space of like, I just want to do the healthiest thing possible. That has really changed the perspective of a lot of people around you. And that's really lovely because you having the confidence to be yourself, and you having the confidence to say what you want to say and live how you want to live has really inspired a lot of people. Yeah, this could even be on a large scale. I'm also getting the vibe here too of like some of you being the type of people that, I don't know, like I feel like some of you, like even if you are straight, right? If you are heterosexual in this pile, somebody in here, you could be the type of person that's like, I don't care if you're bi. You could be dating men or dating women where it's like, I don't care if you're bi. I don't care if you, like, I don't care if you used to date a man, used to date a woman or something like that. Some of y'all may even be like that. And this is something that is like helping people because it's making them feel less judged. You're not judging people. They love this. They think this is beautiful about you. But this could be more than one person, not just the people you deal with. That's why I'm saying, like, some of you have even had experiences where you could have been dating someone and maybe they were confused about themselves and you were like, I don't mind you being that way, or I'm not mad about that, or, I never cared about that. And even if they're hiding certain things from you, I'm getting like, just you being willing to make them feel safe is something that they'll never forget. Yeah. They'll never forget. They'll never forget how accepting you were. They'll never forget how honest you were. They'll never forget how respectable you were about certain things. And it was all because you were just being yourself. And you're confident in yourself. So that's really beautiful. Okay, somebody in here is very divine. You could be a divine masculine or a divine feminine. You're very divine. Somebody could be connected to Thoth. Okay, I'm getting Thoth energy. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, Pile 5. You're the pile that chose image 5. Before we actually get into this message, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant in this pile. I'm seeing 34, 26, and 25 as the most relevant numbers. Somebody could be a Cancer or a Leo. Someone could be a Leo or a Virgo. Someone could be a Cancer or Leo again, yes. Someone could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Leo, heaviest, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay. Pile, that could be your sign or someone else's sign, but these are the most relevant signs in this pile. Pile 5, what is a lovely thing about you that you don't see about yourself? Your cutoff game is very lovely. Some of you are very honest, very upfront, very authentic, and hard to shake. Like, I'm getting, some of you have been through things where it's like the average person would have been afraid to let go of that person, or the average person would have been afraid to let go of that friend, that friendship, that thing. Like, there's things that other people may have been more willing to forgive, but I'm getting like your moral compass or the way you operate in the world, you're a little like, you're strict. You're very strict about the things that you believe in. I'm even getting the vibe of like, you're the type of person where if you were like a parent or something like that, and this might not be true for all of you, but I'm getting an energy in this pile, like where if you were around people, or even if you were around, maybe not your kids, I don't want to say your kids because I don't know how people are about their kids, but let's say you are in like a family dynamic and something really, really toxic or bad was going on in this family dynamic. If somebody really did something that was unforgivable, you're not going to forgive them. You know, you may be willing to recognize that they weren't in a good space or that they need to heal, but you're willing to cut people off and leave it at that. And that is really lovely about you, because I feel like it's coming from a very grounded space. And it's funny because I actually hate this. And hate is such a strong word, but I actually do hate this. I hate that a lot of people equate having firm boundaries or cutting people off or being a little bit more strict about what it is that you're willing to tolerate. I hate that people equate that to you being less loving or cold, like cold-hearted, because for a lot of you, I feel like you love, you prioritize your happiness. You're just someone that sticks to what it is that you believe in. And maybe what you believe in is something that, like, again, other people may be like, oh, well, you should have forgave them for that, or you should have, but I'm getting like, some of you are like, no, like that is not something I can forgive, or that is not something that I'm willing to entertain again. Like, it's done. I feel like you're very particular about who you have around you, and that is also very lovely. Sorry about that, I got interrupted. But yeah, I'm picking up on this energy where it's like, some of you really do love people, or choose to focus on love, or choose to move out of love. So even when it comes down to the people that you're not forgiving, or the people that you don't want to like work with again or receive certain things from, like, it's even a vibe here too where like people may try to convince you through giving you things. Pile 5, you might be the type of person where people try to buy your love or get you to forgive them by doing certain things, and it's like you are just so hard to crack after somebody has done something disrespectful or malicious or anything like that, that bribing you does not work. Bribing you does not work. This could even be a thing too where somebody's like, would you take $1 million if all you had to do was like, I don't know, go along with something that's really horrible? I don't know what scenario I'm trying to create. Like, somebody's like, okay, if somebody did something really petty to a family member of yours, and we'd pay you for it, would you take it? Some of y'all are like, hell no. Like, I would never take it. I'm not taking it. They're like, even this amount of money? You're like, no. Some of you are very firm on the no. You're really good at saying no. You're really good at doing the right thing. I just saw 444 on the timestamp. Some of y'all are really good at doing the right thing in this pile. And I don't know if the right thing always feels right in the moment. Some of you may feel like you're doing the wrong thing sometimes, but I don't see it that way. A lot of you are doing the right thing. And a lot of you are doing the right thing when you are saying no to certain people or to certain things, choosing yourself and finding new people to be around. And this is lovely because your vibe matches what you say. Yeah, like you're not faking. You don't fake. You don't put on mask for other people. You don't do things to make other people comfortable. You just live how you live. Okay? You're very unapologetic about how you live or what you believe in. The things that you feel are wrong, the things that you feel are right, you just stand on it. You say what it is. Somebody in here has really pretty hair as well. I know that's random for somebody, but somebody has really pretty hair. I'm getting really dark hair, really long hair. Doesn't have to be that way, but somebody in here does. But yeah, I'm getting like this vibe in the reading where it's like you choose to align with people who have similar morals and values as you. And that could be anybody from any walk of life. I don't feel like you're so particular about who you're around. You just don't believe in certain things or you don't support certain things. And if you're around people who are supportive of it, or if you're around people who want you to forgive them for doing something that they know for a fact you're against, they're not going to be around you for long because you're cutting them off. Yeah. In each pile, I wanted to look at something that was really lovely about you that you didn't notice about yourself. For some of you, like I said, it really feels like one of the loveliest things about you is how particular you are about who you choose to be around. It makes the people around you feel more special. The people around you that you do choose to be around feel very, very special. They feel chosen because they view you as being a high vibe type of person. You're not low vibe. Again, can't stand the fact that people think people with boundaries or who are a bit more strict about who they choose to be around are negative, or, oh, that person is mean or catty, or, like some people view that as being a negative thing. But I'm getting the vibe here where like the people who get it, the people who are around you that get it, they really appreciate you accepting them or being around them, you wanting to be around them. They love that. Yeah, they love that. Like the things you defend. Some of you may resonate with another pile because I'm getting this energy here around you defending people or like speaking your mind in situations that probably are less than favorable, and that meaning a lot. That's saying a lot about your character. When you choose to protest for other people, when you choose to say your opinion regardless of how others feel, when you choose to defend someone, that deserves to be defended. I'm getting that is really lovely. You don't like injustice. That's really lovely. But one of the lovelier things about you that you probably don't notice about yourself also is something about your career, who you choose to work with, how intentional you are about who you choose to work with, or what you choose to work on. For some reason, that is very lovely. I feel like there's projects and things that you should be working on currently. Pile 5 that you aren't investing in because you don't feel confident in them. That's really the only thing that I'm seeing. I'm seeing like some of you guys have great ideas or things that you should be working on, collaborations you should be having, connections you should be making with people. There are certain things that you should be doing with people right now, but you're not doing them because you might not feel confident about it, about these things that you want to pursue. And I understand if you need to vet people. Like I said before, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because some of you are very particular about who you're around. You want to make sure you're around good people. But I'm getting the vibe where it's like you should pursue these things. Some of you have really great ideas. Ideas that other people would view as valuable, or like talents and things that other people would view as valuable. So that is what I'm getting in this pile 5. Trying to see if there's something else. For some of you, your happiness is beautiful. When you look happy, maybe some of you have a really nice smile. When you look happy, when you look like you are well rested, when you're taking care of your nails, you're taking care of your hair, when you're taking care of yourself, this is something that's lovely about you. But that's all that I'm seeing in this pile. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, pile 6. You're the pile that chose image 6. Before we actually get into this pile, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant in this pile. Pile 6, before I actually get into this pile, how come I started channeling a song? I don't remember what image I have up here. I don't remember what image I have up here, but I started hearing Back in Black by AC/DC. Okay. I just immediately, and you'll probably know it when you hear it, the riff, the beginning, the guitar riff. But I started hearing Back in Black, so I'm like, bruh, what kind of energy is in this pile? Somebody in this pile, you may look really good in black, all right? Some of you could be having like some sort of comeback. Like there's something here about a comeback that you're going through, or like a rebirth that you're going through, or something like that, maybe significant. Others of you, because back in Black also makes you think about Back to Black, which is Amy Winehouse. Some of you could be musicians in this pile. Some of y'all may really like the color black. I love the color black. Or you could wear black and you look really good. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what's going on in this pile. I don't know why that song came up. That song to me also makes me think about like driving, or like riding, or like things that would be related to like, I don't know, like fast cars or something like that. Like some of you, I don't know, like some of y'all might be cool. Like somebody in this pile, you might just come off real cool, or real, I don't know, like, because even the song, it's like Back in Black, but it's not a depressing song. Back to Black by Amy Winehouse can be a little bit more sad, but even then, it's not even that sad. Like, I mean, it is sad, but it's almost like I don't know. Like some of you may be very comfortable with your shadow in this pile, and not in a negative way. Not in a negative way, because the cards out here are not giving me negative, but I feel like some of you are very balanced when it comes to your light and shadow side. And I don't know, like you might make shadow work look cool, pile 6. You make shadow work look cool. You make shadow work look like a walk in the park. Look, walk in the park. Who has an accent? Walk in the park. What type of accent is that? Are you like from Boston or New York or something? I say park. So who is walk in the park? Somebody got something going on. I'm channeling something in this pile. But Back to Black, or not Back to Black. Back to Black is Amy Winehouse. Back in Black, AC/DC, is your channel song. Okay, I barely channeled music in any other pile, so this is definitely for you, pile 6. That might be your vibe, all right? Maybe that's like that's just how your energy feels. Something lovely about you is like, maybe your music taste. Maybe some of y'all like music, okay? Maybe some of y'all like music, because for that to come up, it just felt so random. Like, I don't even know the last time I heard that song. That's why I'm kind of like, what's going on? Like, I'm getting the vibe where somebody in this pile, you have a energy about you that may be kind of shocking or unexpected, or it just stands out. But I'm also getting something here about you being someone that likes to be on their own. So let me get into the signs really quickly, and then we're gonna get into the message even further. I'm seeing 46, 9, and 49 as a relevant number. All right. Somebody could be a Scorpio or a Libra, a Virgo or a Libra, a Scorpio, an Aries, or a Taurus. I'm seeing Virgo here again. Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is here, okay? If you have those signs in your chart, may be relevant for you. If I didn't name your sign, that's okay too. But some of you, something that's lovely about you that you don't see about yourself is how you make people feel when they're spending quality time with you. The people who get a chance to spend quality time with you, completely forget about everything else that's going on in the world when they're around you. There's something about, that's what I'm saying. Like somebody in here, you may be really comfortable with shadow work because I get the vibe that you may get around people who are going through hard times or having a hard time process their emotions. And it's like you help them, and you help them because you've done a lot of shadow work or you've done a lot of self-reflection. Some of y'all could be tarot readers. Some of you could be tarot readers. Some of you could be just intuitives. Maybe you have tarot reader friends. Why do I feel like there's an accent in this pile? I said tarot reader. I'm cracking up. Also, Amy Winehouse is from the UK. Somebody could be from the UK. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in this pile. I don't know what's going on in this pile in particular, but I'm just getting a heavy vibe that like some of you help people out of chaotic times. Some of you also handle chaos very well. There's not much that could happen to you that you wouldn't be able to survive. You've survived a lot. Something that's lovely about you is the amount of things that you've been able to overcome. Pile 6. And how kind and generous and sweet you are still after everything that you've been through. Some of you are so empathetic, so nurturing, so kind to certain people. And it's like for you to have gone through so much and still be that kind and still be badass is like crazy. Because some of y'all are real badass. Like I'm getting somebody in here, you could be a bit intimidating. That's lovely about you. Why is that lovely? You could be intimidating. I don't know. I feel like the reason why it's lovely is because you just seem like the backbone. Somebody in here is like a backbone for other people. You may be a performer, or like I said, you could be a reader, or you do something where you're like talking to people, even down to Back to Black. Like for Amy Winehouse to have channeled, I love Amy Winehouse, but for Amy Winehouse to have channeled such like, you know, darker emotions or experiences of her own into something that is listenable, and not only something you can listen to, but it's like good to hear. It's a great song. I'm getting the vibe where it's like some of y'all must be doing that. Some of you are able to use what you've been through and create with it. You've created things out of your sadness, pile 6, that other people like cannot, they can't do. They don't know how you did it and they can't do it. But you did it, and you did it very well. I don't think you guys realize the effect you have on people in this pile. Some of you get people really excited. Some of you make people feel really good about themselves. Some of you make people feel really confident. You want to know what's funny too? Because I looked into every pile. I looked into something that is really lovely about you that you don't see about yourself. And I wanted to know why you don't see it about yourself. And something that I feel, which is so crazy. Can you hear that bird? Did you hear that bird outside? Some of y'all could be connected to birds. I don't even know what type of bird that is. Could be like a swallow. Could be a crow. It doesn't sound like a crow though. But some of y'all might know about birds. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm picking up on this energy in the pile where some of you are very good speakers. You can be really good singers, really good rappers. Like something about your energy is really good when it comes to communicating. But I'm getting from your heart space. Some of you communicate very well from your heart space. All right. Some of you are currently following your dreams, and that's lovely. Like you're doing exactly what you want to do for work, or you're just living the life that you've always dreamed of, and that's lovely. But I'm also picking up on this energy and the power. It's like I said, some of you have the capacity to change lives with the loving things that you say. But the reason why you don't recognize that you're changing lives or that you're impacting people so heavily is because some of you could be in like a competitive field of work, or like you're around a bunch of people that I don't feel like they're bad people, but it's almost like some of you may have gotten used to the praise. Like some of you, if people are praising you or if people really like you, because even with all the back in black and all of that, like I'm not getting a negative vibe. I'm getting a vibe where it's like I'm not even getting a negative vibe in the sense that I'm not even getting a bunch of like jealousy or anger or anything towards you. Like I feel like people like you. People like your aesthetic, people like you, people like your vibe. Whatever your vibe is, pile 6, people really like your vibe. But what I was going to say was I feel like some of you guys are putting things out there, or you show up in the world from such a deeply rooted, loving space. And people love you for that. But either something's going on here where like you're so attractive that sometimes people will only praise you for like surface level things. Like instead of really letting you know how deep, like if you're a reader, okay, instead of really letting you know how deep and accurate the insight was, they'll just tell you that they love you and they love how you look and they love what you did. And it's like this energy here where like they're giving you praise. And I still feel like you enjoy the praise, or they really liked your song. They really like this thing. It's like this energy here where people are praising you for what you do, but it comes off like a real surface level type of praise. But what you need to know is like some of the stuff that you say and do really is changing lives. Like you are impacting people on a more profound level than you even know. Yeah. Like some things look like you might look very pleasing to the eye. Again, some of y'all could be really attractive. Maybe people tell you you're attractive all the time, or people tell you certain things look good, or your outfit looks good, your hair looks good. Like certain things about you look good. They make you feel like you look really good, or things look really good. But what they don't always compliment you on is how much work it took for things to look so good, how much work it took for you to get to where you are now. But also like how much of an impact you have on them beyond just the look of it all. Some things look pretty, but don't hold much substance. I'm getting you are very beautiful. What you create is very beautiful. And I don't know. I'm getting like, I'm hearing like energy around people being like, I would wait forever for you. Like, I feel like people are willing to wait for you. Yeah, people are willing to wait for you to do the work. That shadow work is really significant. Some of y'all do that shadow work and it's like you come out like a whole nother person. Or some of you do your shadow work and the things you create out of healing yourself is like monumental. You make it look so easy, Pile 6. You make it look so easy and so good, but it's like the things that you're doing is life-changing. You're changing people's lives and you may not even know. Because they like you so much. People like you so much. They think you're so fun. Yeah. People love spending time with you. I said that in the beginning. It's this quality time energy. Some people love spending time with you. It's nothing like spending time with you. There is nothing else like spending time with you. And that's lovely. Why do they love it so much? People feel like there's a lot of people that want to possess you. Okay? I don't know what that has to do with being lovely, but there's a lot of people that want to possess you. Pile, they want to hold on to you. They don't want you to leave. They don't want you to go nowhere. Pile 6. So that's why they love spending quality time with you. I feel like you're a little addictive or something. to be around someone that's so authentic and so honest and so genuine and so kind and things like that, it can be very addicting. And this is something that others are realizing about themselves, that they might be addicted to you. All right. And if you took some time away, it's like it's giving the vibe that when you came back around, it's always like you're back and you're better every time. Every time you're back, you're better. That's something that's lovely about you. So that is all that I have for my Pile 6. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, Pile 7. You are the pile that chose image 7. Before we actually get into your pile, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant in this pile. I'm seeing 26, 43, 37, and 7. Somebody could be a Leo or a Virgo. Seeing Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Libra or Scorpio, Cancer or Leo, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sag. All right. Those not names. Those numbers and signs could be relevant in this pile. What is lovely about pile 7 that they don't see about themselves? Pile 7, are you starting a new project, or is there something that you're working on? There's something here about your career that's coming up in this pile that is lovely about you. I feel like you could be the type of person that has gone back and forth when it comes to fully committing to your dreams in the past, or pursuing certain projects or skills in the past. And maybe recently, or maybe in the recent past, who knows, you may have decided that you're ready to start a certain project or commit to a certain path. And because of this, your reality is shifting. There's certain cycles of your life that are closing out because you've decided to do something differently. You're holding yourself accountable for what it is that you choose to entertain. And maybe even what it is that you don't pursue. Like maybe in the past, again, you would be like, this job is so hard. Like, let's say you have a regular job and a side hustle. You're like, this job is so hard. I never have time to post, or I never have time to create. I never have time to make what it is that I want to sell. I'm getting like, instead of letting life and maybe even your obligations to other things get in the way of your dreams, some of you are pursuing your dreams. Or some of you are committed to healing so that you can create the life of your dreams. And this is really lovely, because I do feel like you're being divinely guided. And it could even be after a period of time where people have tried to stop you from trusting your own intuition. Like, some of you are really committed to something, or really committed to a certain path, or are choosing to pursue certain things because it's your wish fulfillment. It's what you want to do. And or it could even be too, because for some of you, this is a physical talent. Like, some of you could be artists or musicians or chefs or psychics or anything like that. Like, there's definitely something here about you wanting to pursue a certain talent. But I'm also getting like you're healing. Some of you in this pile have decided to commit to your healing in a way that you may not have committed in the past. Your self-care and your healing. And this is really lovely, because there was a point in time where you tried to get everything done at once, and it only kept you imbalanced. And now that you're finding balance in your life, it's like you look happier, you look healthier, you look happier. You are no longer resisting what God is trying to tell you, or your guides are trying to tell you. Like, some of you are following your North Star, or North Node, you know? Yeah, it feels like somebody in this pile is in alignment. And this is really lovely. And maybe you don't notice it because, or maybe you don't think that this is lovely because in your mind it's like, I mean, it is like, I should have been did this, or it's just a project that I have, or I don't know. I feel like some of you could be hard on yourself, like you're not where you want to be just yet, but you're getting there. You're getting there. Whatever you've already accomplished is a flex. Pile 7. Some of you are already successful, okay? But now you're growing within your success. You're going to branch out and try different things. Others of you, I'm getting something here where it's like, some of you are willing to wait. Some of you are willing to wait for whatever it is that you want. In the meantime, you're healing. But I'm getting like career-wise, life goal-wise, love-wise. Many of you are willing to wait for what it is you deserve or what you feel is the best option for you. And that actually is lovely. Because I feel like you're finally breaking out of old cycles. You're no longer in those same romantic cycles. You're no longer around the same people who drained you in the past or who mistreated you in the past. Or like, I'm getting something here too around somebody. Some of you, if you have a regular job, like if you're not just a business owner, if you have a regular job, there's something here, because I pulled for each pile something that's lovely about you that you don't see about yourself, like something very specific. I feel like the way you choose to rest is like the major thing in this pile. The way you choose to take care of yourself and rest is something that others view as lovely, or it's something that you need to know is lovely. You may not think it's important. You may not think it's like, some days you may be like really feeling lazy. You have a lazy day. You're like, I'm not leaving the bed. Or I'm not doing anything today. I'm not going to work on this today. I'm not going to focus on this today. You doing that is actually really lovely, because I feel like some of you, again, at some point in time, you may have been really imbalanced, and or some of you have had people in your energy that didn't want you to heal at some point in time. Yeah. Rather it be a boss or like an ex-lover. Some of you were around people. Could even be a family member. Some of y'all have a parent or someone in your energy that may have been, I don't know, asking you to do a little too much. They may be a little bit too authoritative or judgy, or I don't know. But I'm picking up on this vibe where it's like people may have tried to shame you into feeling bad for resting at some point in time. Like when you choose to rest, people may call you lazy or anything like that. Or maybe they used to do that to you. I don't know. But I'm picking up on this vibe where it's like, now that you don't, I don't want to say you don't care, but I'm getting that. Like now that you don't care and you want to prioritize rest, and you recognize that like if you're burnt out, who's to blame besides you? It's you. Because you have the capacity to say no if you don't want to work. You have the capacity to say, I need a break and all of this stuff. And I think in the past you may not have said that. But now that you're saying it and now that you're more vocal about it, there's something here about like that being very lovely. Like you being willing to set those boundaries and choose yourself is something that other people will view as very lovely, or are viewing as very lovely. But also it's something that it's something that everybody should be doing. So you choosing to rest and break out of the cycle of like being on a hamster wheel is lovely. And I think other people recognize that too. Who is this person here? Some of y'all ended something with somebody, or there's somebody in your energy that, who is this? For some of you, outside of the people that have tried to overwork you, there are things that you've been through, okay? Because this may not just be about someone outside of you that's working you too hard. Some of you have people who you knew. I don't know if they're still here or not. There's something here about people from your past. Could be moms, dads, aunts, uncles, grandparents, who know. Who knows? Not who know. There's people from your past that may have been overworkers. And maybe that's all you know. Maybe that's all you know. You've been taught that that's the norm. Like if you've experienced seeing certain family members like overwork themselves or never rest or people please or, like all these different things, repeat the same cycle. I feel like you broke out of that cycle, whatever cycle that they were in. And that is actually pretty lovely. Somebody's taste in music is lovely as well in this pile. What else? Yeah, your way of seeing things. The things that you value are lovely. Your way of seeing things is lovely. And I really feel like you as a person is a lovely thing. You are a lovely person. Pile 7. Yeah. You are a lovely person, and you remind other people that they should also choose to love themselves or be lovely or, heal and things like that. So that is, yes, that's the truth. So that is all that I have for my Pile 7. Thank you so much for watching Pile 7. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, Pile 8. Last but not least, you're the Pile that chose image 8. Before we actually get into your message, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant in this pile. I'm seeing 31, 2, 20, 41, and that's it. Somebody could be a Taurus or an Aries, a Pisces or an Aquarius, a Taurus. No, that's two twos. I just got confused. Somebody could be a Taurus or a Gemini, Aquarius or Pisces twice. I'm also seeing Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Leo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right. I'm also getting fixed signs. So Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Capricorn, Sag as well. Now, what is something lovely about Pile 8 that you don't see about yourself? Pile 8, I feel like if you are an artist or creative of any type, I feel like what it is that you choose to create is something that is very lovely about you. But it seems like your motivation behind what you're creating and how it makes people feel is what's most lovely about it. So regardless of what you're doing, whether you're making videos, you're making music, you're cooking, you're dressing up, like, I don't know, I'm getting something here about the response that others feel or the response that others give, reaction that others give to what you do. This is what's lovely. I feel like a lot of people are bouncing off of your energy. And what it feels like your energy is giving is love. It's optimism. It's safety. It's authenticity. It is an honoring of your own feelings. And I feel like it's coming from a really real, raw type of space. Somebody in this pile, you're the type of person that is willing to put all bets on you when it comes to the things that you invest in. And there's something here about people recognizing that you are happy and fulfilled with the decisions that you've made, that you're willing to take certain risks, and it looks like you're succeeding. Succeeding. It looks like you're succeeding while doing this. There's something here about your emotional fulfillment, like how you choose to how it either is how you choose to show up in the world or legitimately how you feel as a result of how you're showing up. I think that you being so happy and you being so secure within yourself is something that is lovely. And it may be the norm for you. I tried to tap into the energy of what's most lovely about you in each pile and then like clarify why these things are lovely or like why you aren't able to see it. And for some of you, I feel like what's most lovely about you is the fact that you have the confidence to pursue any and everything. There is no limit that you set for yourself in this world. So there's probably a lot of things that you've already accomplished or a lot of things that you believe you will accomplish simply by being committed to whatever it is, and being confident enough to pursue it. So I'm getting a lot of energy here of you just not having the same type of, even if you don't know that you show up this way, this is what's coming up in the pile. But I'm getting like somebody in this pile, it's like you don't have the same type of obstacles other people have when it comes to pursuing certain things. Even if you've experienced obstacles, I'm getting like on a mental and emotional level, you don't have that. Yeah, you might not have the money for certain things, or yeah, it might be a timing thing. But when it comes to like actually getting stuff done or taking a risk or being confident enough to pursue certain things, your confidence and your courage when it comes to pursuing these things is probably one of the most lovely things about you. But it's funny because when I clarified why you don't see it, I feel like you don't see it because it's always been this way for you. Somebody in this pile, and maybe everybody in the pile won't resonate. So for some reason, I feel like not everybody's going to resonate with this message. If you don't resonate with this message, definitely check out another pile. But I'm getting something in this pile where it's like, it's always been this way for you. And when I say it's always been this way for you, I feel like you came from a very supportive family, or like a very supportive, something about your upbringing was supportive. Like when you were a kid, Why do I feel like I'm struggling to talk in this mouth? Somebody can have an accent, but when you were a kid, I feel like you were nurtured properly into becoming a confident adult. Like maybe you were the type of kid where it was like when it was time to sing a song, people were like, let's hear it. Or when it was time for you to show your outfit, people were like, I love it. Like I feel like you were very supported. So as an adult, again, the mental and emotional blocks that some people experience because of a lack of support or whatever it is, you don't have that. You don't have that. You don't have that like other people. And it honestly, this is even like depending on what you've experienced growing up, this kind of even reminds me of like some of my family and my family experiences because, you know, regardless of what it is that people wanted to pursue, all of my family members had like different talents and things that they were exploring at some point in time. And even if they didn't do it full time or if they chose not to take the path of being creative or anything like that, it was like if you decided that you wanted to play the guitar, we would be like, yes, let's hear the guitar. If you say, I want to start learning piano, we're like, okay, go buy a piano. Like, we'll buy you a piano. Like, my family is very supportive of these things. So again, it's almost like the free will behind choosing the path is your decision. But the support that came with it is something that other people don't experience often. And I'm getting this vibe where like some of you guys are very confident adults because you had very supportive adults around you growing up. And it feels like adults. It could have been other kids. Other kids could have been supportive, but some of y'all could have even been bullied at some point in time. But I just feel like because of how you were raised or how you were raised to feel about yourself, there's this energy here where you have like a very unwavering belief that you deserve to be happy or that you should be loving or that you can pursue certain things and you'll succeed. Like I'm getting this vibe where you really believe in yourself. Pile 8, and people can tell. People can tell that you believe in yourself. Yeah. Sometimes you even experience like periods of doubting yourself. Okay, I'm not going to say you're confident all the time. Like sometimes you may even feel like what you've done isn't that great or whatever you're pursuing won't be as successful as you want it to be, but even then, like I feel like it's almost lovely that you're so humble, Pile 8, because I feel like a lot of people actually view you as being way more talented than you actually think you are. Why is that there? Yeah, like I feel like you don't give yourself enough credit. You might not even be someone that takes compliments very well. Or maybe people aren't complimenting you as much as you used to be complimented. Or maybe sometimes you question yourself. I'm getting like imposter syndrome. Sometimes you second guess whether you are actually as good as you think you are or as good as you want to be. And I feel like you are. I feel like you are. I feel like you've done a lot to work on your skills or your craft or just becoming the version of yourself that you are today. And the way you choose to show up in the world as a result of the support you received is beautiful. Some of you, this could even be a sexuality thing. Some of you guys could be in the LGBTQ and you're being supported in this, or you've been supported in this, and this is why you are like a very happy person. Or for some of you, this could even be a thing where you're like gender fluid or trans, or you experiment with your fashion or something. I'm getting a vibe here where like people have supported you or you have a support system. If they didn't support you in your youth, maybe they support you now. But I'm getting something here where like it could even be your guides, Pile 8. Like your guides have supported you for so long that you just have no issue with making moves and doing things and showing up in a way where you stand out. Yeah, you stand out. You stand out more than most, and it's really because you choose to be authentic. All right, so that's all I really got in this pile. This pile was actually short. Is there anything else lovely about them? How grounded you are. I'm also getting the way that you choose not to rush things. Even though you're willing to take action on certain opportunities, I'm getting this energy where it's like some of you are willing to take your time and not rush. Some of you also are not swayed by, I know this is like random, but I'm getting something here about not being swayed by lust. All right. So again, I don't know if you've had like healthy you've seen healthy examples of love and commitment around you or anything like that, but some of you are willing to wait on healthy commitments or work towards healthy commitments rather than rushing into unhealthy situations because you love yourself even. Yeah, like because you've been loved so well when you were younger, or because you've experienced so many opportunities where love was healthy, there's this energy in the reading where like some of you make really good decisions. Some of you, your decision making is lovely. I hope you can hear that vacuum. Somebody's vacuuming. But some of y'all, your cleaning skills are lovely. But I'm definitely getting a vibe in this reading where it's like the way you choose to show up in the world and love yourself in the process and maybe even pour into other people is really lovely. And I feel like it's all a result of you being loved properly in your formative years, or you just being shown the proper love at some point in time. And instead of just taking it in for yourself and, hoarding all the love, it feels like you give it back to people by showing up, by sharing your gifts, by being a light for others. So that's all that I have in this pile. I hope that made sense. These messages were pretty short, but it is what it is. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance.